Sky Striker Drytron deck profile that I have not played with yet. 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 1 Gamma, 1 Delta, 1 Nu 2. No Beta here. Next up, Ritual Monsters. 1 Dad, 1 Dot Draconids, or no, one Meteonis Drytron Meteonis Draconids, 1 Ben 10, shout out to Emmanuel for the QCR, and 1 Illusion of Chaos. Now for my normal summons, I have Magician's Souls and the searchable Vandy's Ruler. Next up for hand traps and other disruptions, I've got 1 Nibiru the Primal Being, 1 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 2 Droll and Lockbird, 1 Infinite Impermanence. I also play another trap card, which is the 1 copy of Harpy's Featherstorm in the main deck, which is searchable by Triple Tactics Thrust. Next up, the rest is spells. For defensive options, we do have the 3 Crossout Designator, which is really broken. It can hit anything that you play in your deck, which includes all these hand traps and this broken card. Called by the Grave to protect ourselves as well. Now, extenders and combo starters. 1 for 1. You ditch a hand trap or any one of your Drytron monsters to special summon it Nu 2 from your hand or deck. So this is never a brick ever, unless you draw it off of Delta after you've already used Nu 2. Foolish Burial. Send any name. Where Art Thou? If you control a level 1 monster, like if you normal summon Droll, you can search any level 1 monster in the game. If you do not normal summon a monster with that name during the turn that you activate this card, you take 2,000 burn damage at the end of the turn. Do not forget that. I just feel that this is very strong with the Sky Striker package. I might cut this. Next up, 3 Cyber Emergency. More consistency. 2 Drytron Nova and the 1 Drytron Fafnir. This can also search the ritual spell, Meteonis Drytron. Next up, Sky Striker package. We have 2 copies of Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, 1 Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, and 1 Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor. Next up, we have 2 Triple Tactics Thrust and 1 Triple Tactics Talent. 43 card main deck. Honestly, I might cut that Where Art Thou for the even 42, but we'll see. There's the only fringe scenario that it works really well is if you draw the Sky Striker package with it. Next up, speaking of Sky Striker package, your 1 Sky Striker Ace token. Next up, XYZ monsters. You have your 2 Mu Beta Fafnir, your 1 Kiki Nagashi Fucho, 1 Downard, and 1 Zeus. This is a very broken card that gives you the access to machine monsters. Now, links. Shout out to the Megatins for the QCR Relinquished Anima. Rest in peace, Link Karibo. Our other linked one is Sky Striker Ace Kagari. This is the only one that you need. Next up, we play Cross Sheep. For the Link 2s, Nightmare Phoenix, Dynamondo, and then finally IP and SP Little Knight. Shout out to Team Bad Cards. Then, since we do play Access Code Talker, we do play the Nightmare Unicorn, the Access Code Talker, and the Underworld Goddess of the Closed Moon. Closed World. Gosh, I keep on mixing it up with the Link 2. But what's really cool about this is that you can out insane cards with your Closed Moon. Then you can link up into Access Code Talker, and it actually gains up to 7,300 attack. And then you can actually co-link your Nightmare Unicorn and your Nightmare Phoenix. Then neither of them can be destroyed by battle, and you get to draw 2 cards for your draw phase next turn. Really cool. Finally, the side deck. So I did work on this a little bit, but it could be improved. I opted for the 2 Raw Sphere mode. The boards these days are crazy. I know Ubel fell off since the Mulcharmies have been released, but there's still insane boards built by Snake Eye Azamina Fiendsmith that you can essentially take care of completely with just 1 Raw Sphere mode. You don't need your normal summon in this game. I only play 2 normal summons in this deck at all. One of them is Vandy's Ruler, and the other one is Magician's Souls. So you do not need your normal summon. Really powerful card. Artifact Lancia. This has just always been a mainstay in Drytron because of the existence of Ben 10. You can very easily forego your search of your Vandy's Ruler for your Artifact Lancia, and it just gives you the opportunity to prevent banishing for the entire duration of your opponent's turn, which can really harm decks like Dragon Link and more recently Malice. So this would just kind of, I don't even know what they do when they're under Lancia. But they've got several answers to Lancia in their deck. I think they play Crossout and Lancia and Call by the Grave in order to stop this card. But you can search this in your combo to just make going first even better. And then if you hard draw this going second, it's even tastier. But it's got to be on your deck list for you to actually draw it. Next up, spells. Harpy's Feather Duster. This is searchable by Thrust. So if your opponent's doing their Labyrinth shenanigans and trying to go into Lady or whatever, activating monster effects, you just Thrust, search your Harpy's Feather Duster, and then hopefully that outs their Floodgates. Magical Spring. So this is another insanely broken card this format. Whether you're facing someone that's coping on Yubel or Snake Eyes Azamina, what you can do in the draw phase is activate this, draw a bunch of cards, and then discard cards. I'm actually going to read this for you. Go pick up your Magical Spring right now. This is amazing, this format, especially in a deck that you want to see cards going second, and then you don't care about discarding cards. Like if you discard a Drytron card, you could special summon it from the graveyard, and you don't even care. So this card reads, Quick Play Spell. Draw a number of cards equal to the number of face-up spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Then discard a number of cards equal to the number of face-up spell and traps you control. So, if you activate this in draw phase, and it does not get negated, you're drawing one off of their field spell, one off of their IP Masquerena in their spell and trap zone, one off of their whatever Azamina garbage that they have. So you're drawing 3 extra cards, and then you only have one face-up spell and trap, so you're discarding 1 card. So I just want to let you know that it's better than Graceful Charity. Do you understand this? This is one of the best going second cards printed in a format where your opponent has face-up spells and traps. And if they Secret Village lock you, just put a level 1 monster on board, go into Relinquished Anima, and then activate this. The rest of the card says, until the end of your opponent's next turn after this card resolves, spell/trap cards your opponent controls cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Also, their activation and effects cannot be negated. You can only activate 1 Magical Spring per turn. You don't care about the rest of that. You're not destroying their spells and traps. You're Zeusing them, or you're just outright killing them because you drew your Raw Sphere mode, and you're going to just go in. Magical Spring, broken, especially in Drytron. And it discards. So you can even use it in a danger deck if you're going second. Next up, 3 Forbidden Droplet, keeping up with the quick play spells. This card's also super insane, especially with evenly matched. 3 different rarities. Shout out to all the times this card has been printed into the ground. 3 evenly matched. This card's just broken. There's nothing else to say about it. And then finally, we do play the other 2 copies. When you're going first, I haven't really mapped out how to side deck, but there are a lot of ways to get 2 level 1 monsters on your field. Harpy's Featherstorm is literally an FTK. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Subscribe for more.